Good feeling, and the penalties can go either way. But I thought that we compete very well against a very good Mexican team with many good individual players, well organized. So I'm very proud, very happy. We are happy. It's the second time we come here and we win one shootout. And there is a lot of positives in our game. We were a little bit tentative in certain moments. I think that we have more in us when we have the ball to be a little bit more decisive in the last third. It's almost like we pay too much respect. But it's part of the growing, it's part of the growth that we are doing. And in the end, I think could have gone either way, but obviously delighted with the win.
I think maybe we take more respect. I wonder how much maybe the atmosphere also played in. Neutral site, but
It was a neutral.
for the fans.
It was a neutral. I mean, credit to they brought a lot of supporters. It looked like to play away, but not just away, not in neutral, home Cruz Azul. Yeah. So again, that makes me even more proud of the boys, because the crowd, obviously, it was a good crowd. I want to give them credit. They were behind their own team, obviously, but in a way that you would expect. And I thought that they gave them something extra to the team. We also had some guys supporting us, and I want to thank everybody that show up and supporting Charlotte FC. But that is another thing that makes me very proud, because I know very well how the Mexican and generally speaking the Latino community is very passionate about football, and how much they want to support their team, and they support is one of the best supporters in the world. Is that part of the world? Yeah.
Well, it sounds like a cliche, but it's you guys face challenges because here 105 degrees. Again,
they also did so.
Yeah, but you play at home.
Yeah. Maybe more. Probably more.
Hosting Houston in that application, you have to go to Houston. So, what are the feelings of you and your team to overcome it?
Listen, disappointed, but it is what it is. I say that because I already said it in the past. He would also for our supporters, because to see the team playing at home and to give their support to us is something that we would value a lot. We love that. We love to play for our supporters, and to have our guys earn the right to do that. So it's not something that would have been given to us, and so that makes me disappointed. But it is what it is, and we need to go to do what we need to do. And that's why I'm very proud of our boys. Came here, didn't say anything. They just went on with that, and they already are ready to move again to Houston, and we will give our best as much as we can. We have also Houston have one more day to recover, just to add insult to injury. But it's okay. Listen, we go on and we give our best shot.
Well, it's time for some questions. The first one is Dylan Butler. Please, Dylan, join us. Dylan, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I got you. Hey, Christian, congratulations on the win. Two questions for you. One, Kalina to do what he did in the PK shootout. What did you think of that? How impressed were you? I suspect you weren't surprised. And two, for still a young team, a young club, how big was this moment?
One at a time. So Kale, I know his qualities. He's a cold guy, and in those moments, he's cold. He's passionate at the same time. But in those moments, he can be really focused. And I want also to credit Aaron, our goalkeeping coach, that did a great job preparing him to studying the penalty takers of Cruz Azul. So it's a work that they've done together. For us as a club to go far in this competition, to go as far as we are going at the moment, it makes me, but everybody obviously proud, because it is in itself to advance is an achievement and we are facing also difficulties. But the guys take everything on the chin, and I want to really compliment them publicly regarding the character, because this is a group of guys that they never complain. They take everything on the chin and they move forward, and they're ready for every challenge that we put them forward. We are growing. It's not something that we have already. We are building the mentality that we want to build. It takes time, as I said in the past. And the nights like that, it's another step forward to where we want to be, or a step up, to say, because I like to joke with them to use this climbing metaphor. So I think we are climbing, and we want to keep climbing. When you climb, sometimes you can be scared of the heights, but our boys managed that very well tonight.
Thank you, Coach. Now it's time from Sam Spencer. Please, Sam.
Congratulations, Coach. Wonderful win tonight.
Thank you. So did you ask me a question? I didn't get it.
Yeah, no. My question is, can you talk more about how the heat affected play tonight, and what you're doing to prepare for Houston, since obviously you'll be getting the same amount of heat and harsh conditions for the team?
Yeah, again, we want to play a game that is aggressive and is difficult sometimes to play for a long time on the front foot, to try to press the opposition in these conditions. But I thought the boys minimized the threat of Cruz Azul. Cruz Azul, I saw them. I know they didn't have maybe the best start of the season, but I thought against Miami they deserve a much better score line. And then after, when you play against Messi, he can find those kind of goals. He has done it at all level, at the highest level in the world for many, many years or so. And he can do it, of course, in MLS and in our competitions. But I thought that they play well and at times better in Miami. Then they went to Atlanta and they gave them a very, very strong game. And so I thought that we wanted to stop them in these conditions. It wasn't easy, and at times we suffered. And I think we will have the same challenge in Houston, where we will play. I remember last year we went there and it was very, very hot. And we played even later than that. We played 8 o'clock, I think. And it was really, really, really warm. But listen, it is what it is again. And I don't want to start to talk about the weather now. And we just have to recover, getting ready for the next challenge and move on.
Thank you, Coach. It's time from Steve Goldberg. Please, Steve.
Buonasera, Christian. The Cruz Azul was a team that gave Charlotte plenty of space to operate, to make the passes through. But getting into that final third is where it seemed to break down, and it seemed to be less due to Cruz Azul than it was to just lack of chemistry in the final third, save for that the 42nd minute, the pass from Justin to Scott to Christian for a shot that was blocked, but that was the first real connectivity that in the offensive third there, and then there seemed to be some more towards the end of regulation. Did you see it that way? And if so, what do you attribute that to?
But I think the first thing is that when we build from the back, I think that in a way the coach, Prof. Ferretti, that is obviously very experienced coach, tactician, that I respect a lot. He put Moises Vieira on Ash. And that, for me, is a compliment to our team, because he changed the way of playing, using a tactical move to accommodate the way we played. And that's, for me, is already a compliment to the way the boys played, because he thought that we could have created problems. Then after in the last third, it's true that we were a little bit, and that's about the respect I was talking in the first question, because I think we were going to good areas, but we were not executing like we normally would do, like we have done against Necaxa, with more fluidity. And that also something that we need to improve, because they were the same players and they work together on a daily basis. And they know our movements is that we need to keep doing it and keep doing it with more precision. I agree with you. I think we should have been a little bit more fluid in the last third. And this is something that we will analyze and work on. But the important thing is at least to get control of the game. And again, I thought that many of the chances that they had came from these counterattacks when we were not so tidy in the last third.
And the last question is for Sergio Venegas.
Thank you very much. This is Sergio Venegas from Mexico City, Deportrece.com. Coach, congratulations on the victory. Could you tell us what you say before the penalty round kicks to your players? Because they look so secure just to take him and just put it inside on the goalkeeper. And we just look for the rest of the tournament. Thank you very much.
No, again, Sergio, listen, they have very good players, Cruz Azul, but I know that my players, we take a lot of penalties during the week in general, as I said in the past, and I just trust them. And then actually, and I know that Christian is a good goalkeeper. The one thing that we say to the players is take a deep breath and then just pick one spot and go for it. In the end, they go on the penalty spot, and you don't want to put too many thoughts in the head. There is a moment in which there is already pressure, and I think there is honestly, there is not a lot that you can say. You just trust them in that moment, and we try to play, and we try to give the penalties to the guys that we think that are gonna give us the best chance to win the game. And then after, there is an element. There is an element of luck as well, but also an element of keeping the head, really grounded. Because again, we had a lot of support against, or Cruz Azul had the support for, and that is not easy in those moments.
Thank you, Coach. That's all.
Thank you.